Alright, microphone looks to be on here, but yeah. But yeah, hello. This is Sensor Gambino here. And in this stream, I'm going to be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. And yeah, I guess it was kind of lackluster in this section last time around because it was like a event week originally, and that was first introduced on the 8th gen, and then obviously the 9th gen versions came out in the middle of the event week. But since the event week is fresh on this version now, I guess they decided to add a discount thing. However, unfortunately, that's kind of all that they put in here for some reason. Because yeah, obviously contract, everyone knows that's been out for the last couple months. And yeah, the exclusive vehicle stuff and whatnot, recovered that all. Prime gaming thing basically has been the same for quite a couple months now. And yeah. Discounts is one thing I do really kind of like that they did at least add the discounts here. But come on, man, they could clearly put the whole entire thing, like, look, there's all these, like, dots, and then just the image thing changes, and then all the, like, text and, like, wording and stuff. Like, you would think they would put every single thing on here, because clearly they could do that. At least put more things on here, even to Red Dead Online. I really hope they work on this, like, thing over time and whatnot through future event weeks and improve it on it and whatnot. But at least it's a start, at least that's something. And yeah, for those who don't know, I do have the new version of the game. It's on the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, but yeah. For the title, I actually decided to go with the HSW time trial. Because it's on a 3x money RP. And yeah, with the titles, I might be going with stuff exclusive to the 9th gen versions whenever I can. That way people can tell I have the new version. Because for the thumbnail, it might not be as obvious, basically. I'm not going to put, like, PS5 in, like, parentheses or something for every title. That would be kind of weird, in my opinion. But, yeah. There is 30% off the Dinka RT 3000, which is one of the, like, tuner vehicles in the game. Yeah, unfortunately, tuner is not really that great anymore. But yeah. But yeah, trying to think here. But Dinka RT 3000 apparently for a lap time going on for probably 132 spreadsheet is 60th place lap time for the sport class, which has like 90 vehicles plus now. And it's also 44th place top speed. So I think RT 3000 is not very good, which you can say that for a lot of different tuner vehicles in the game at this point from the Los Santos Tuners DLC. Because for those who do not know, the contract DLC actually did end up nerfing basically every single tuner in a sense. But yeah, even with Los Santos Tuners, the RT3000 in particular was never really a very good one. Because there was like 12 sport cars, for example, in the Tuners DLC. It wasn't one of the really good sport cars ever from that update. So I do not recommend 30% off the Dinka RT3000. Pegassi Reaper, that one is a supercar. And on there, they don't really list what the discount is, so I will look at that later on. And yes, sorry, I'm exposure. Alright, gotta find it. So, Alright, the Reaper apparently for lap time is at 33rd place for the supercar class. Which, yeah, that's not pretty good. Then the top speed for the Reaper, I gotta find that as well, and that is 36th place, apparently going off of roughly 1322's like super achieving. So the Pegasi Reaper for supercar is like all like below average performance for the supercar class, so yeah, again, the Reaper wouldn't really be good for a performance standpoint. And yeah, PFIS or Neon, that's 30% off. That's basically an electric sport car in the game. I think it's sport car for the Neon. Which means, because it's electric, I don't think it's going to have a good top speed, like guaranteed. And even then, the Neon's quite dated, so I don't think that one's going to have pretty good like lap time either, per se. Okay, where is it? Neon on that spreadsheet. I'm looking at my phone here. Still gotta find it. Neon, where the fuck? Alright, I found it finally. But yeah, the Neon apparently for lap time is actually a 13th place for the sport class, which is above average, but it's not within top 10, so I still wouldn't really go for it. And then yeah, the top speed, I think it's no secret because of it being an electric vehicle, I don't think its top speed's good at all. Alright, yeah, the Neon has a 70th place top speed for the sport class, going off for probably 1322 spreadsheet. Yeah, Neon, not good at all, unfortunately. I mean, at least it's within like top 15 for lap time, but I would say anything below top 10 is not really not good. Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire, that's a 30% off for the muscle car class. So I'll have to see where that one is. But Gauntlet Hellfire. The Gauntlet Hellfire is a 17th place lap time for the muscle car class, so it is below the top 10. And Gauntlet Hellfire for top speed. Gauntlet Hellfire for top speed is actually pretty alright, I would say. I mean, a 4th place for top speed, so it's not within the top 3, and it's not number 1, but it is within the top 5 for the muscle car class. Yeah, Gauntlet Hellfire, that's pretty good in top speed, apparently. And yeah, in this ZR350, again, keep in mind for the tuners, I'm mainly going over to like primary class right now, at least. Hard to really go over the tuner class because on the spreadsheet I use, it doesn't really list the tuner subclass. Only lists like the main classes for the spreadsheet I use. But still, I think I basically know if a vehicle's pretty good or not, if I remember correctly in the like tuner subclass, so I will try to bring that up if I recall. CR350 for lap time, that is apparently a 68th place out of like the 90-ish like sport vehicles in the game for lap time, which is basically cornering and whatnot in races. And top speed for the ZR350 is at 54th place. And yeah, I don't really ever remember the ZR350 necessarily being that good of a like tuner vehicle in the main class and for the subclass. So I don't even recommend the Dinka RT3000 or the ZR350 when it comes to like the pursuit races and like the street races and all that as well. One that is still kind of good though for the like street races and pursuit races and all that like tuners content is actually the Calico GTF. That one's still actually a pretty okay option. it did get dethroned in a sense by a couple like DLC vehicles. I mean, it's pretty average, I think, for a lap time and top speed, but yeah, there's definitely better lap time options. So I'll have a look at the general like sport performance, which yeah, for the tuner subclass vehicles is not really that good for like the main classing of the vehicles for its performance. But it's a 20th place lap time for the sport class for Calco GTF. And yeah, gotta find its top speed. Calco GTF is also 23rd place top speed for the sport class. But it's definitely a pretty average vehicle if I recall for the street races and pursuit races. There are better lap time options for sure, but not very many, I would assume, for top speed at least. But yeah, definitely still very usable for street pursuit races for Calco GTF. So between the vehicles on there, I would avoid the RT3000, the Reaper, the Neon, and the ZR350. I would say the ones that are kind of worth getting would be the Gauntlet Hellfire at the 30% off there, and then also the Karen Calico GTF, 25% off there. And yeah, I think there's just one last discount that's not on this like thing, but I'll show that off later. Because it's actually at the test track, so I'll show that off over there and whatnot. And yeah, here's the little like things I decided to change up here. It looks like HSW Race Series, that is on a 2 times money RP right now. I guess I'm the payout is just like any traditional race. It's not really like a specialty like payout for the races or something. It's basically like any other race. And because HSW, those are the like vehicles of the crazy like acceleration, like upgrades and whatnot, where you reach the top speed real quick. These are definitely going to be some of the quickest, if not like the quickest races in the game. So for solo play, it's not really that great unless they're purposely going to wait out like 8 to 10 minutes for a payout. Which I think you might be able to make like 16 or like 20,000 on a double money RP or like race of kind of any kind. I think within like 8 to 10 minutes on a double money. So yeah, the money is not really going to be that good unless you're racing against other people. And yeah, I think the number one, like in general, I would say, if I recall, for the like HSW like vehicles, especially for the top speed, would be the Hawkchow Drag. That one's pretty good. But obviously, as a motorcycle, you can fall off of that. Probably like the weaponized Ignis would also be a pretty good one, for example, on these races here. And yeah, for these races and stuff, I went pretty in depth with it on my previous stream. Like a 5-hour-ish like stream, I went over like all the vehicles and like the customizations and stuff like that. I literally bought every single vehicle and customized it. So it's a very in-depth stream for any people that might want more details there. And yeah, Double Down, that is an adversary mode in the game. It was introduced a couple months ago with the contract for like the drip feed and whatnot. But it's an adversary mode where like there's a team of 2 people and then there's also a team of like up to 8 people or something. The bigger team is like the Assassins or something like that. I forget what they're called exactly. I think that might be it. Where their goal is to like eliminate Franklin and Lamar, or obviously just one of them if there's just one of them. But I think it's like a 2 to 10 player mode. I can maybe show that off more better in the actual game. But yeah, there's like a team of 8 of Assassins and Franklin and Lamar. The team of like 8 though, I don't like the team of 8 though, the like majority team, because you only get to use like the double barrel shotgun. you only get to use a double barrel shotgun, which is not really that good of a weapon since you have to be at like closer range and stuff. And then like Frank and Lamar, they have like long range weapons and stuff. In my opinion, it's one of the like most unbalanced adversary modes they've ever done in the game. And yeah, the pale, in my opinion, no secret, it's not going to be that good. That's the thing with adversary modes in races, though, is you're mainly playing them for fun. You're not really playing them when it comes to like the money per se, I would say. Like, you might be able to, in a like very good match for some reason, especially if you're like Franklin Omar, you might be able to make like 100 to like 200,000. Like, if you do like the maximum rounds and it lasts a good amount of time and whatnot. I don't really see it being that crazy for making money or anything. But yeah, like I said, it's one of the most like unbalanced adversary modes in the game because Franklin Lamar, they have like crazy amounts of weapons and whatnot, and the Hibbert team literally just has double barrel shotguns. So in assist and impartial, you're not going to really be able to win against them, I would say, if you're playing against a good Franklin or Lamar, or even like a okay one, even. So if you want to do good in this mode as the like assassin team or whatever, you probably want to be playing in free aim. Otherwise, if you're Franklin Lamar, it's the same partial is definitely completely fun, I would say. And yeah, I think the RT3000 again, that's what it looks like. Because the other image was the ZR350, I think. Yeah, that one's ZR350. That's how I look of a couple of them. And yeah. Unfortunately, I heard there is a new issue apparently now it's figured out where apparently if you do join like online from story mode, there's a chance you can actually be banned for some reason because of some like pretty faulty anti-cheat. So yeah, I do know you can do invite only easier for story mode, but unfortunately there's an issue with it right now apparently. So I will be doing free mode and then I'll be doing my invite only. So because it only lets you do a public lobby at first, it might take like a minute to kick in. Because again, apparently there's some weird issue going on with the like story mode going online. It could cause a like random ban for some reason. I mean, public sessions even tend to load pretty nicely, at least in this PS5 version, obviously, and then Xbox Series X and S obviously doesn't load as well, pretty well. And yeah, let me turn that off because yeah, story mode and online actually share the same music volume in this version of the game, unlike 8th Gen where I think it was separate. And yeah, really quick, the percentage on the Reaper was 30% off, because I think on that like splash loading screen, the Reaper did not have a percentage like discount, but it's 30% off. And again, I think there's one more discount.
man, that network sucks.
A new luxury car is available to win. Stop by and have a try at the
But yeah,
Lucky Wheel.
podium vehicle at the moment here is a Pegasi Torero or something like that. I think I remember the manufacturer there.
Welcome. Just let me know.
Private, pristine, impeccable, renowned. A level of opulence you deserve. The Diamond Casino and Resort.
Okay, got discount apparently. But yeah, I got worse stock there. But I basically have every single vehicle I could possibly want in this game now, I think, for the most part, on this account at least. So I don't really think I would want these, to be honest, because I have like every garage slot filled up at this point. And but yeah, by getting the Pegasi Torero, you will be saving 998,000. Plus like 20-30,000 if you keep a livery if it has one or something. That's already like on it. But yeah, I already looked at the like performance and it's like 7th place lap time, like 17th place top speed or something. So it's okay for lap time, but top speed definitely not, apparently, for the Sport Classic class.
I hope your whole family dies!
Alright, yeah, my memory was right. Torero was 7th place lap time, 17th place top speed, going for Brody 152, like spreadsheet I use. But yeah, I'll do a little rundown of the ones that I already went over here. But yeah, still gotta talk about this one. This one wasn't on the the discount benefit section thingy, on the what's new section. So I still have this one to talk about. But it's the R350, and I was on the image of the discount thing. And yeah, in my opinion, not a very good pickup, unfortunately. But it is a retro vehicle from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, so that's something pretty cool as well. I didn't mention yet. And yeah, that's what the neon looks like here. I don't think... Yeah, I think it was the RT3000 and the R350. I think they showed off on the 2 images of the discounts. So that's what the neon looks like for those who didn't know. 4-door electric sport car, pretty interesting. But yeah, not good performance at all. Because it's not within the top 10 for the lap time, but it's only a couple placements beneath that, and then top speed, because it's electric, is just pretty bad. And yeah, Reaper here, again, this one's a 30% off discount, because the percentage wasn't listed on the benefits thing, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, that's what the Reaper looks like here. And yeah, also not a very good one, keep in mind. I said it was below average lap time top speed. And I think the only other discounts are on Stubborn. But yeah. Again, Calco GTF. It is in the 20th placement for lap time and top speed for the main sport class. So in actual sport races, you don't want to be using the Calco GTF. But it is very good, I would say, for the street races and then the pursuit races and any of the dedicated tuner subclass content in the game. So that's something good about the Calca GTF. So in that sense, I do recommend it. And yeah, again, this is what the RT3000 looks like. They actually showed it off on the main menu though, so this was on the main menu, but yeah, that's what Calco GTF looks like. And again, RT3000, I just don't recommend this one. And yeah, that's the Gauntlet Hellfire here. This and the Calco GTF, again, are the 2 I do recommend if you are going to pick up any sort of discounts during this event week. Because it is still within that top few placements for top speed for the muscle car class, so it's still got good performance. Whereas the Calco GTF, its sport performance is not good, but the tuner subclassing performance is a good part for Calco GTF. And yeah, that's what the Gauntlet Hellfire looks like, because that wasn't on the discount page. And yeah, again, there's one more vehicle to talk about that wasn't listed at all, and I believe that was the Comet S2. And I believe that one's a 20% off discount, and yeah, I figured since most discounts were already covered, I figured I'll get this off the way before I do the rest of the stuff with this new format. But again, part was Santos Tuners update. And like I mentioned, the contract DLC did nerf every single tuner apparently, so they do perform worse than they did in the initial tuners update as of the contract DLC in the last couple months. And yeah, this one, it used to be kind of worth getting if you want very good top speed, if you want a low grip setup with the low grip tires, and then you also lowered the vehicle for the interaction menu or something, but I believe they did end up fixing that. that's not a thing that's really all that like useful anymore when it comes to the Comet S2. Because with that low grip and then lowered like setup before, it would actually be better top speed than even adjuster RR. But yeah, that would be more for like free mode, like highway driving. But yeah, since then I think they changed things with that, so it's not really all that useful anymore. And I believe this one's on 20% here. Or yeah, the Comet S2 is a 20% off discount. And I'll look at its like sport, like main classing performance. But yeah, for a sport car, this could be pretty good still, though. I would assume for the like street races and pursuit races. So I do think this would maybe still be a good street pursuit race vehicle here, at least pretty average, I would say at worst. So it could be somewhat worth it for the street pursuit races and other like tuner and dedicated like content. But yeah. The Comet S2 for lap time apparently is at 46th place, which isn't good, and then top speed. And yeah. Top speed of the Comet S2 is at 14th place, which isn't good. If you if you want a really good Comet, S2, and then you want to actually get the Cabrio one, though, I would say. Because this one's actually number 4 for top speed in the sport class, so this one is actually pretty good performance, but the one that's on discount is actually not that good at all for the main like sport class. Again, this one's only useful for the like tuner subclass. And you cannot use this one in like the street and pursuit races. So if you do want one for street and pursuit races, you do want to pick up the regular one in a sense. But if you want like better performance in general, then S2 Cabrio is a better option. Yeah, I think I should explain all the discounts. Discounts are actually a bit quicker in a sense, I would say, than usual. Even though I am still kind of a bit slow on like these event mix things, I want my throat looks to be a bit and shit, but yeah. I guess I'll go over the rest of the money opportunities, I suppose, as well, since, yeah. I'll go over money opportunities right now as well, I suppose, and some of them were already on like the menu and whatnot. Alright. I already basically went over advice for the HSW races and then doubled down like adversary mode. Now for 2 times money RP on Madrazo contact missions. Which I think is actually the only other money opportunity for the event actually. That has not been mentioned already and whatnot. But yeah. Any Marta Madrazo contact mission in the game will be at 2 times money in RP. And personally, every single one of the like Marta Madrazo contact missions I've actually played on the channel. So if you want some like guides on the different like contact missions from Marta Madrazo, I do have like different things of contact mission content. I think Marta Madrazo is like a 2 to 3 part episode or something for the initial like contact missions from like day 1 of the game. And I have like one video for like the dispatch services as well, which are kind of the best set of Mark Madrazo missions to play in a way. But it has artificial scarcity, checkout time, cleaning the cat house, death from above, defender, all dispatch missions, because those are Mark Madrazo things here. Dispatch services is actually a pretty interesting set of Mark Madrazo missions. These actually require 2 to 4 players, so you do need at least 1 other player, which isn't that steep of a requirement. 2 players is definitely not that steep of a requirement. I think I do highly recommend these if you do need to get another player. But yeah. I think these normally pay out like $23,100 or something if you like play for like the maximum of like 15 to 16 minutes, but I don't really recommend playing for the maximum of 15 to 16 minutes. It's just a waste of time to play for 15 to 16 minutes for one mission. You want to be doing them as quick as possible, even if you make less money, because that way you can play more missions when you're done with said mission, basically. But yeah, again, I do have a whole like guide on the different like dispatch services, and yeah, a lot of them you can stealth, which is pretty nice. I know dispatch 1 you can't really like stealth that one, but it's still a pretty alright one, I would say, depending on like the vehicles you use and whatnot. Dispatch 2. This one you go to like the Meriwether docks. This one has stealth capabilities, I know for a fact, so this one's definitely one of the easier ones, I would say. This one I definitely remember having stealth capabilities as well. This one I think is at the scrapyard, whereas this one's the Meriwether docks and this one's the airport. But yeah, that one's at the scrapyard from like that one's the like long stretch mission or something. I think that has like the scrapyard and like interior. It's basically in that like same area, but it's only in exteriors if I recall. But that one also has stealth capabilities, definitely, so pretty good. Dispatch 5 is kind of one where you're taking out like multiple targets or something if I recall. I forget though. But this one might definitely have some stealth capabilities if I recall, but yeah, you might have like multiple different targets to take out in like different areas, which could make that one a bit more annoying, but it could also in a sense last a bit longer. And this one, I think this one you're taking out like moving vehicles and stuff, so I think this one and then the first one don't have stealth capabilities if I recall correctly. But none of them are like super difficult, they're all definitely pretty easy. And yeah, I think at most you can make like $46,200 on a double money and RP event, I believe, for the dispatch services for like 15 and like 16 minutes. But again, I recommend completing them as fast as possible, but you should still make some pretty alright money. And going back to some of his more like regular like contact missions, there's try docking, header and thief, F and lasers, extradition, grab your balls, handle with care, hold up Burton, judging the jury, mixed up with coke, on the list, out of court settlement, rooftop rumble, definitely one of the more like infamous contact missions, essentially. Not in like a bad way infamous, but like a good way infamous, essentially. Show me the bonnet here. Stick up the stick up crew. This one here, which is actually the best one to take advantage of, I would say, for the event week, is actually the Los Santos connection. Not only do you get paid for the actual contact mission, but yeah, not only do you get paid for the actual contact mission, you also get to like obtain money for like those green cravings that are on like the thumbnail thing there. So you can actually get like an extra like $8,000 to $10,000 or something if I recall from this mission. So it's pretty good. I do actually have a pretty good strategy for it as well, which I might show off on here as well. Time to get away, trash stock, water to vineyard, and then that's it. But yeah, again, again, my recommendations are so I either recommend Dispatch 1 for 6, or I would recommend the Los Santos Connection. All the other ones I would say are not necessarily the most worth bothering with, but any of those 7 I would say of Martin Madrazo contact missions of the game. I'm not seeing the other ones as bad. That is my number 1. It's the one mission where you get money outside of like the main payout of the mission. Alright. But yeah. I'll show something you can do to like complete these like missions quicker and whatnot. And yeah, I guess I could play one here or whatnot. It's been a while since I've done one. I want to show like my little strategy and whatnot. Arcade's at 90,000. I think I'm gonna call my Deluxo here
What you need, boss? Some
for the
winch?
mission.
Bring 'em round.
I think Deluxo would definitely be one of the better vehicles here, but yeah. There is actually the Torador now, actually, but it's not necessarily the greatest in a sense. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm still gonna do the Deluxo. Torador is unlimited missiles for a land vehicle, but yeah, I think the Deluxo is still a very good one for Los Santos connection and a lot of different contact missions. That's what I'll use. There's a pretty easy strategy with this, basically. Try to... It's been a while since I played it, but I should still kinda remember it.
Wow.
Oh, oops, there it goes, half my armor. Rip. And yeah, apologies for some of the slowness. Again, my throat's just really being irritating right now. And yeah, I'm on hard. And yeah, strategy should basically be exactly the same if I recall for the PS4 and PS5, or basically 8th and 9th gen versions of the game. The strategy should be mostly the same, I think, for any version of the game. And yeah, I gotta not destroy the vehicle, that's important to know. So I'll try to beat anyone with missiles here that isn't like closest to the vehicle per se. So like that one's fine. Maybe go homing off to try to get a better like precision hit here. That would be maybe good. Alright, that did pretty good it seems. And then basically just one, I'll probably just go on for the goal. I guess they died still. Okay, I'll take it. And you just go in there and check GPS. And yeah, keep in mind the Luxo has a limit of 30 missiles, and the reason I use the Luxo is it has some of the most accurate homing missiles in the game. So that's why I do like to use the Luxo. Also, it can spawn on foot next to you, because obviously if you do like a helicopter or like a plane, you have to like go to it and whatnot. So that's why I use like the Luxo, now you don't have to go to like another vehicle and whatnot. And plus you can't have personal aircraft and personal vehicle out at the exact same time, if I recall, so... But yeah. I think when you go to here, the like enemies actually spawn earlier, at least some of them do. And yeah, from here, for the most part, you can kind of just destroy anything you want. I think it's just that first area where you have to be careful not to destroy something. And yeah, I think eventually there's supposed to be other vehicles as well. Okay, yeah. The vehicles managed to spawn early again, so they didn't fix that in this version as expected. Yeah, for some reason these vehicles that are supposed to come out, I believe when you like hack the like laptop, I think you're supposed to hack the laptop for the vehicles to show up. For some reason they do show up early depending on like where your vehicle moves to and whatnot, I think. Yeah, I think normally they're supposed to spawn when you hack the laptop, but there are ways apparently to get them to spawn like early like this and whatnot, just by simply moving around with your vehicle and stuff. Yeah, I think those are supposed to spawn when you hack the laptop. For some reason, they can spawn early like that, which definitely makes the mission easier. So definitely make sure the vehicles spawn before you hack the laptop. Oh, I forgot to get the money. Oops. I mean, if I missed out on the other one for some reason, then that's fine. Hopefully I can find the location, but yeah. Like I said, I haven't done it in a while, so I kind of forgot. But yeah, every single location has money you can get. Which is a unique thing that's only in this contact mission. Is there's like green crates that actually allow you to get some money. I don't know if I'm gonna remember the exact location where it was, because I don't think it's marked anymore and whatnot, but yeah. Try to see if I can fly over here and whatnot. This will be a little bit of a longer run compared to normal, because I did forget here. Yeah, I'm trying to remember to show off the money, I just forgot there, unfortunately. It's basically... I was already seeing earlier with the Gringer, next to the Gringer was the green creping or whatever, and that definitely was on the stream already. I don't know if I can find it again, it's gonna suck. Yeah, I don't know, man. I might be on a wild goose chase if I keep trying to find it because it's not on the map anymore, I don't think. Sorry, Tactic the Gringer. I swear if it was somewhere in this area now. It was. I don't know what stuff these spawn already. I don't know. I don't think so. It's probably just because I don't remember where it is, quite frankly. Very unfortunate I never got. Oh, okay, here it is. I found it. Yeah, it seems to be kind of gone unless it's... Oh no, I see some flashing stuff there. But yeah. Obviously, you're supposed to do this when you're first here, just forgot to, but yeah. Seems the first location has $1,000 in that, green crate thing. And yeah. I think it's obvious, but the, money in the green crates, that is not double, just the, initial payout for the, mission or whatever. But yeah, the green crates, those are always regular money, whereas the mission right now is on a double money. So now I'm back to where I'm supposed to be, since I remember now. And yeah, again, the payout's not going to be the most accurate, but I think it does last a pretty long time, typically. But yeah, the mission can typically last 10 minutes or something, so you can still get a pretty decent payout, even going your fastest speed and whatnot. And never 1,000 with this one. And yeah, there's health in here. I remember there's armor as well. I could be wrong. I don't know, I thought there's armor and stuff as well in this area, but I guess not. Unless I just don't remember where that is. Well, actually, in the other area might have armor, if I remember. Okay, character learned to hack the laptop, finally. I think I already found it, yeah, that's quick. I got lucky with that one, I feel, because sometimes it can be longer fun for me, at least. Yeah, hacking, I think, is pretty simple to remember. The number thing, you obviously just find it as fast as you can and whatnot. That brute force is not hard at all. And yeah, text to get to the airport. I spawned. But yeah. I think you want to get rid of the helicopter here, if I recall. But if you don't eliminate... Wait, I think if you don't destroy that helicopter, there will actually be an enemy that pursues you in the helicopter, which makes the mission more difficult, so definitely make sure to destroy that helicopter, I think, and then also this jet as well. And you are kind of doing the mission, like, out of sequence and whatnot, you're kind of sequence breaking and whatnot, but yeah, that's the most efficient way of doing it. So destroy the, like, helicopter and a jet, basically, as far as I remember there. Looks like I ran out of missiles here, that's fine. But yeah, when you run out of missiles, just steal a buzzer and Deluxo, you're pretty much going to run out of missiles on Deluxo because it only has 30 of them. But yeah, once you run out, you shouldn't run out until you're at the airport and then just use the buzzer instead. And yeah, in person up here, you might want to actually just go to this one. Though I think you can destroy the code if you want. Okay, I'm gonna try destroying the coke. But I think you can actually destroy the coke on this if I remember right. Certain missions you can't, but for some reason this one you can. You're just tasked to go to Madrasas instead. I think if you destroy the coke, which basically happens if you steal it as well anyways. Alright, yeah, I destroyed the coke there, and it says go to Madrasas now instead. So you are allowed to destroy the coke. Yeah, just intertrack missiles and not going that well, unfortunately. Do you really want that armor, to be honest? God. On Buzzer, and have faith in you, Buzzer, but I guess you shouldn't have faith in it then. Come on. Getting holding off might work better in this case. If you're wanting to float up here, I guess. Okay, finally, about time. But yeah, with those ones, I usually go upstairs to go down if you want, like the armor, for example. You might as well fill up on the armor again since it's there, obviously, and that's why I like to go up here still. But I do destroy the coke, I just go up here for the armor.
Here I come! Inbred moron!
And just take bombs there, I guess, for destroying the vehicles. But obviously there's the buzzards there, so just use those. Assuming you ran out of deluxe missiles.
I'm gonna
And yeah, at least I didn't forget this time, but yeah, there's 6,000 it looks like. Since every single one's 500, it looks like there's 6,000 here for extra money. So that's basically 8,000 extra dollars of the like green containers every single time we do the mission. And that's no matter what the money opportunity is. The money in the green stuff, money in the green containers never changes in value, but the money with the actual mission, of course, can change in value on like a double money or like a triple money or something. And yeah, there's people in the back of the hangar, but you don't even really have to kill them. They're kind of just there. I don't know why there's people back there when you don't really even need to go back there. So I think I'm just gonna finish here. Especially because I was already like slower than normal. But yeah. Again, quick rundown. For the first location, kind of just do the first location normally and just kill the people and then remember to take the money, because I forgot to since it's been a while. Second location again, just yeah, with second and third location, you can basically destroy anything you want without consequence. That first location, just don't destroy the gringer, obviously. But yeah, second location, just destroy everything. But also make sure the vehicles actually like spawn, because I think they're supposed to spawn when you hack the laptop. But obviously for me, the vehicle spawned when just moving around in the Luxo, so make sure that happens to make the mission easier. And yeah, that third area, destroy the buzzard by the airport so you don't have an AI buzzard after you. Because there will be an AI that goes in it, I believe, if you don't destroy that one. Destroy the plane afterwards for like 2 rockets, I believe it was, for the Luxo. And then once you destroy the like helicopter and plane, just basically do the rest of it normally, and then you can destroy the coke instead of actually taking the coke, you can destroy it, and it will still have you go to Madrazo's. And yeah, there's 1,000 for first location, 1,000 second location, and 6,000 for the like green containers for the hangar and the third location. That's basically how to do self-disconnection. That's basically how to do this mission. Botched the first part a little bit, obviously, because I forgot to get the money, but all the rest of it was pretty good. And again, you're most likely not going to get that amount of money. I just forgot to like collect the money the first time. So that's not the average time per se. But still, the average time should still get you some pretty good money on them, like 2 times, obviously, like it is right now. Yeah, I should basically mention everything that's worth mentioning for my strategy for the Mark Madrazo contact missions. But either that or dispatcher is what I would do. I would say the rest of them, for money making at least, aren't really that worth doing. And yeah, there's another strategy I want to show off. It's more with like the create a playlist method. But yeah, once you play, but yeah, once you play a mission for the first time, it should be in playlist, create, and then recently played jobs. Yeah, let's not disconnection. But yeah. Normally you would think you can go through missions, but that's really like adversary modes and like arena game modes, basically. But it's adversary modes and then like the arena modes that seem to be in the missions for some reason, not like the actual like contact missions. Cause yeah, In the early days, Rockstar made it where you can't like restart the missions like right from the menu for some reason when the like next job like voting screen shows up or something. I think they did that normally. I think they first did that because they didn't want people making too much money from the contact missions, but obviously the workaround is just to do the playlist method. Which requires you to play whatever like contact mission you want, and then you can add it to the playlist. So yeah, you can do a one-job playlist of just Los Santos Connection. And yeah, I think the only thing that changes with the playlist is that you actually start where the like Gringer actually spawns, so you do actually start closer in the mission instead of like starting like wherever you leave off. Normally you start wherever your character is, but yeah. If you do the playlist, it will actually spawn you next to the Gringer instead, so it does save time doing the playlist in that way. And also you can replay a playlist, so you can actually replay the mission an unlimited amount of times doing it through that method. Instead of going back to free mode every single time to start it up again, I believe is what you have to do normally. That's the method, basically, to make the most money possible through Martin Madrazo contact missions. Oh, not that. This. And yeah, again, it was a bit slow there because I forgot to pick up the money in the first occasion. Now like 1,000 by the Gringer. Since again, it was a while since I played it beforehand. So I was a slight bit rusty on what to do.
Motherfucker.
Anyway, I'm gonna fly this next set of time trial, I think, and then I'll do that for the HSW thing, which is apparently on 3 times, which is nice. But yeah, for this 1 week, it's on 3 times, which is cool. Though I don't know, I heard even though it's 3 times that people have been getting like the regular amount. But yeah, it's supposed to be 3 times, but I heard of people getting the regular amount, so it could be glitched up or something like that. But yeah, according to the newswire, it's supposed to be on 3 times money RP, and that's also what I chose for my title as well. And yeah, I know things are a different order and whatnot compared to what I usually do, but that's because of course there was like discounts and like the couple money opportunities on the like menus. I figured I would change up the order a little bit and how I do things to make it more seamless in a way with the new format. And yeah, I'm assuming I'll be the new format from here. I'll be talking about the stuff in the menu first for the main menu. Then I go into online and do all of that. Show any strategy stuff that I want to show off like I did with the contact mission right there. Which usually I don't do, but because it's a pretty good like money making thing, I decided I would do it. And yeah, again, I'm going to be calling my Hawktail Drag here with the HSW upgrades.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
It's in one of my clips, yeah.
I'll bring it by.
Because that's like a Biker's Update themed garage there that I have there, so that's why it's in that one. And for some reason, all the way over there, of course. And yeah, I'm assuming the Hawktail Drag would kind of be the best option, depending on if you crash or not. Obviously, if you don't crash, because you can move like around vehicles easier and stuff, I imagine Hawktail Drag is one of the easier options. The HSW time trial right now is Del Perro Beach. Part time of 1:21. And you're basically going from here and then to Marietta Heights, if I recall, from the description on the Newswire. Which I think is like Lester's area or something for the Marietta Heights. Yeah, I think it's basically Lester's area or something, kind of. Or like above from Lester's area, something like that. But again, like I mentioned earlier with the HSW like races, my like strategy for like good vehicle choices. Hogtail Drag, I would say, and then any of the like two supercars are probably some of the better options, I would say. And the Hogtail Drag, the like weaponized Ignis, which is kind of the best #1 vehicle, and it can be used in races, but as long as like HSW is not like disabled. Because you can use these in regular races as well for these HSW vehicles, just as long as the host doesn't like disable the HSW stuff. And yeah, the Cyclone 2, if it's like very good, like acceleration and gets to its top speed real quick. Cyclone 2 in a way could be pretty good, but its top speed isn't necessarily the greatest for a HSW vehicle. So there's a couple of vehicles that probably be my recommendations. And yeah, I do usually talk about the regular time trial as well. But yeah, again, in the 9th gen version, you could probably use any of the HSW vehicles, like especially the Hogtail Drag again. And yeah, Sawmill, this one you're going to the courts from this location of the Sawmill. And my strategy for Sawmill is to go on these like train tracks here, and that, in my opinion, is definitely the best way to go about it. But yeah, any of those HSW vehicles for the 9th gen version, and then the Western Reaver is a very good motorcycle in the 8th gen version and also the 9th gen version. It's actually better top speed than the HSW Hogtail Drag, I believe. But you actually lean backward with the stick with the like Reaver for its best possible speed, whereas I think the Hogtail Drag you actually lean forward for that best possible speed. As if you're doing like a stoppie for Hogtail Drag, whereas like the Western Reaver, for example, you're doing backwards as if you're doing like a wheelie, for example. That's some strategy for the regular time trial. And then yeah, another good motorcycle for 8th gen would be the Body 801. That's still very good performance and for a very cheap price. So Body 801 or Reaver, I would say, for the 8th gen people. But yeah, for 9th gen, HSW Hogtail Drag, I would say would definitely be pretty good. Or obviously the Reaver as well, because it's technically better top speed than even the Drag. From what I've heard, at least. Oh yeah, and then RC Bandito Town Trial. I don't really talk about it per se that much, but if I can find it here. Alright, Del Perro. Or not Del Perro, but Vespucci Beach. But yeah, it's been a while since I did any of the RC Bandito Town Trials personally, so I don't really have any strategy myself. But if you want a good strategy, I would probably recommend GTA Men. I believe he's a good channel with almost 200,000 subscribers that does like RC Bandito time trial guides, even for like regular ones as well and whatnot. They're a YouTuber that does like guides on all the different time trials, if I recall, and that does like commentary. So that's kind of a recommendation for a YouTuber to watch at least. Because yeah, I don't really talk about the RC Bandito one that much. Because obviously there's only one vehicle choice and all. But yeah, I'm gonna try the HSW time trial here for Del Perro Beach. And yeah, I personally do like to do it one time, and then I like to mark the destination that goes for any time trial, or at least a regular time trial on HSW. I like to do that. Again, with Hogtail and with Octal Drag, you lean forward, actually, like you're doing a stoppie, which is like one of two motorcycles that actually allows that. And as I was saying, I fucked up, of course. So I'm gonna restart. So yeah, forward, like a stoppie for the Octal Drag, which is the only motorcycle you can use in this anyways, so remember lean forward, which is not usually the case for a motorcycle. Oh my god, that shit's insane. Oh yeah, it is triple right now, 753,000. And yeah, with Hakuchou Drag, it's super fucking easy with that conversion one with all the highest upgrades and all. Honestly, these HSW tutorials are definitely the easiest ones, I would say. And having triple on this for the week is definitely pretty nice. Like the easiest like 750k I've ever made, to be honest. Besides for like login rewards or something. And yeah, I think last but not least, I have to go to the car meet to show off the test track vehicles and whatnot. Wait, what? I didn't know like website thing there popped up. I didn't know like a image thing there popped up per se. I don't feel I did at least. And yeah. By the way, I don't think it's known at all like how many of those time trials there are. Because for those who do not know, they're like PS5 and Xbox Series X and S versions actually cannot be data mined or whatever. So you cannot data mine these versions. I believe they'll like find out this stuff early because they have like better encryption and stuff like that, I assume. So yeah, I don't think anyone really knows like how many. So we'll have to wait and see, of course, see how many of those there are. Because keep in mind, you do need to complete all of them, I believe, to actually get one of the liveries, the Elite HAL livery, I think. The HSW Elite livery, I think, requires you to complete all time trials or something like that. And yeah, I don't necessarily think I'm going to be showing off any like, vehicles in my collection much on these streams anymore, considering they're like new format and stuff like that. But yeah. All these, by the way, are already on discounts or vehicles I already talked about, but yeah. And this the R350, again, I do not recommend that one. Calco GTF, I do recommend it for the like street pursuit races at least. Besides for that, for sport performance, definitely not. And then the Comet S2. Just get the Cabrio version from the contract DLC, I would say, unless you really want one of them that can be used for like a street pursuit race. But if you want something for street pursuit race, just get the Calico GTF, I would say. So in my opinion, with the S2 Cabrio being a thing, I wouldn't really say get the regular S2 much anymore. So really, in my opinion, the only like good, like normal test track vehicle this time is definitely the Calico GTF. And yeah, Coil Cyclone 2 is the premium one right now. And again, I kind of talked about it earlier. It's one of the two supercars that can be HSW like converted with all the like crazy acceleration, like speed upgrades and all that. And it's also the only electric car that can be converted to HSW currently. And again, electric cars, they're pretty poor in top speed, but they make up for it for really good acceleration. So it's probably the best accelerating like HSW converted vehicle, so it does get that top speed the quickest, but that top speed in turn as well is not the greatest. But the lap time apparently is pretty good if I recall as well. So it's definitely a very good one to get. It's definitely a better one, I would say, than the Banshee was the last week. Because the Banshee was in fact kind of a ripoff, because the Banshee you should use your like free conversion on with like winning the time trial. Winning the time trial for the Banshee, you should just use like the free conversion, because the Banshee conversion is like 1.8 million from like the one from like last 7 week. So in my opinion, this one's definitely a better one, no doubt, than the last week one for the premium test ride. And yeah, no new drift vehicle here. Because for those who don't know, I think the Brioso RA is kind of basically hinted at for like being a compact that can be converted to HSW eventually. Because when you go into like races for the HSW races, tier 1 actually says like compact, but there's not like currently like a compact that can be converted currently. Yeah, I think also the Devastator 8 apparently is supposed to be getting a like conversion as well, and that's at least 2 vehicles apparently here that might be getting conversions later on. But yeah, there was no new vehicle released, because apparently there's a couple of HSW vehicles that might be coming out at some point. According to like some of the thumbnail images for like the HSW races and like the tier 1 listing compact when no compact exists so far for HSW. But yeah, I think to finish off here, I think the last thing I really have to talk about here is actually the prize ride, so these might start to be the like last thing I talk about. But yeah, prize ride might start to be the last thing I typically talk about now with the new like format now. Whereas that was one of the earlier things I'll talk about in the older format where discounts would be last. But instead discounts were first because they did a new like cool way of showing it off basically for the discounts in the what's like new section. But yeah, prize ride this time around, what's it called? The Uber Mach Sentinel XS. That is on Stubborn Sands race, and it's actually pretty interesting, because, yeah. That's a 2-door, right? I forget. Alright, yeah. Beta Uber Mach Sentinel XS here is $60,000. Something important to know about it, though, if I go back on the laptop here, on the 8th gen version, but yeah, on the 8th gen version, I do not recommend the Sentinel XS at all. I would say it's only worth getting for the 9th gen version, because you can actually convert it over to HSW vehicle in this version, the 9th gen version for the HSW vehicle conversion. But yeah. 8th gen, you're getting a pretty, like, somewhat mediocre, like, coupe, basically. But in 9th gen, you can get one of the top couple, like, coupes in the game now with those new HSW conversions. But yeah, Uber Mach SS. Not Uber Mach, but the Sentinel XS, the Uber Mach Sentinel SS. You gotta place top 5 in 2 races per Pursuit series. And yeah, Pursuit, those are the ones that require. Again, that is placed top 5. And because you need a minimum of 4 people, you're basically guaranteed to be able to get a spot on there. But yeah. And you don't have to do it in a row either, it's just place top 5 in 2 races for Pursuit Series. So you can literally complete this challenge in like probably 5 to 10 minutes if you find the Pursuit races really easy. If you find some pretty like quick Pursuit races or something, you can probably complete it within like 5 to 10 minutes. Which, yeah, it's only like a $60,000 vehicle and it's from day 1 in the game, so you can literally steal it on the street and then just put it in your garage. But yeah, you can literally just get one on the street and put it in your garage if you find one on like the street or something. But yeah, the challenge is definitely not hard at all, so you might as well go for it if you want it. If you want to save that little $60,000. Though in my opinion, it's not really that worth going for. You might as well just buy it. It's only $60,000. And yeah, I think that should be it actually. Alright, yeah. But yeah, that is going to be it for the stream. Sorry if it was a little bit more wonky than usual. It's my first time doing it in this like new format, because they actually decided to add like the discounts. But yeah. They actually decided to add the discounts over to like the what's new section and like the new like quick like menu or like the main menu for the game for the new 9th gen versions of the game. So I was able to talk about some stuff without actually going in the game, which was pretty nice. So yeah, I do have to change the like format basically to what I did in this event week instead of what was in like last event week and beforehand basically. So sorry if it was a little bit wonky, I have to get used to the new format. But yeah, next stream will probably be another GTA Online Event Week stream. I don't know, is it ever going to be a GTA Online Event Week stream or a Reddit Online Event Week stream? Unless I want to get back to San Andreas to the Definitive Edition. I might do that pretty soon again, because I took a bit of a break from it for the Expand Enhanced. Or not Expand Enhanced, but 9th gen Grand Theft Auto 5 now, since they basically dropped Expand Enhanced out of nowhere within the last like month to two. But yeah, hour and a half here, so yeah, that's definitely it. Hope you enjoyed.